happens. Oh, we're doing a multi-switch now? Let's just look at this here. Share, okay, multi-twitch.tv.
I'm pretty sure it started. EFT started his timer, so, or sorry, that's...
Yeah, everyone's ready up now, so they've started.
Alright, that's excellent.
Looking
I was
good.
just wondering. So, well, I guess it's probably time to introduce these runners. Roopert83, I mean, how long has this guy been about? He's probably the favorite of this, but I mean, ElectricFishTank is also a very good runner. So that'll be a very interesting race, I think. And
yeah, I think it's going to be a good race here.
Definitely, for sure. And then we also have Area 51, who currently holds the 11 exit world record. He's going to be, I think him and Area 51 and Roopert are going to have very good races here today.
Aren't these... Oh, well, wait, Roopert and Area are racing? Oh, I thought it was Area and ElectricFishTank.
So hopefully no
Area
dagger to box jump,
racing.
which would just be so unfortunate. And just as I'm saying that, Mysticum dies to box jump. That's unfortunate. I actually have the multi-twitch open now, so I can see this in time.
Wait, are Area and
Is the multi-twitch the most accurate?
It will be, because you'll be seeing 2 delays through the stream, whereas you'll only see 1 delay.
Wait, are Roopert and Area racing?
No. Roopert and EFT are racing, and Area 51 and Mysticum are racing. Mysticum, Mysticum is definitely having a hard time here, which is really, really unfortunate for him. But hopefully he won't let it rattle him. It's very, very easy to get rattled at this stage of a tournament.
There's the multi-twitch. That looks really good, okay.
He must remember, nerves are high for everybody, so, you know, it's easy to let it get your head.
Yeah, especially like in Yoshi's Island 3, I always get nervous during races.
Yeah, no shell jump, very disappointing. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure I have the correct streams, because the multi-twitch... Yeah, the multi-twitch has it in the correct order. That's really good.
For me, the delay for Area 51 and Mysticum are really accurate. They're like a second off.
Yeah.
Same.
I thought ElectricFishTank and Area were racing for some reason.
No. So are we all just using the multi-twitch for the reference?
Yes.
Okay, looks good. That's probably the most accurate anyway.
Yeah, Mysticum lost a lot of time. I'm Yoshi's Island 3.
I can't see Mysticum's stream.
Xander?
Yeah, for me, Area just beat 80.
If you feel like maybe talking about some of the tricks or something coming up, it's just out of the 4 of us, you're definitely the best runner in here for this category specifically. But don't feel shy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort out stream delay issues on my end, but yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, no worries.
So, as always, World 1 is the same with pretty much every category. But now that a couple of the runners are entering World 2, we actually start to see some more interesting stuff.
Yeah, some of the new runners, depending on preference, will either maybe go through GP3 casually, or sometimes when I was first learning, I went back to Yoshi's Island, or I went back to Donut Plains 1 for Yoshi, so we'll get to see some varying strats when we get there.
Also, it should be noted that Aaron has decided not to get Fireflower. He's decided not to get our in Iggy's castle, so he'll actually be getting that in DP4. You know, it's a risky move to do, but certainly nothing that Aaron can't. Oh, and ElectricFishTank is just falling down there in DP1. Oh, don't get the cape! The only rule of no cape. Okay, so that was a close call.
Yeah, so one difference between the tournament and like casual races is that in this you have to kill yourself if you get a cape.
Yeah. And if you finish a level, you'd have to replay it over again.
I'm
Despite
Yeah.
beating
pretty
it.
sure for the top, like in the top runs, if you grab cape at all, you have to reset for on the leaderboard and everything, like because they couldn't have a world record for no cape that actually grabs cape. But there wouldn't be a world record for no cape that actually grabs cape, because the amount of time you'd waste by grabbing cape would be enough to not be able to get world record in the other categories.
Yeah, we see that most of them are going for the fire, but Aaron is staying small. And that's one thing that's debated quite a lot as which is better. I think technically doing optimal strats for both fire is faster, but a lot of people like
It's not
a lot of people like being small for Donut Plains 3
Yeah,
because
like, I
the
watched-
strats are easier.
I've seen Resi do it a few times.
It's not a huge deal because it's only like a second difference, I think, and it's all about your personal preference, mainly.
Aaron, just making it out of the ghost house here.
God, I am way behind you guys.
Unless
What is that noise? That's
Can
quite
someone put
distracting.
a link to the multi-twitch in the chat? Because I
Are
just
you
pulled
not watching?
the... No, I don't have it on the multi-twitch yet, because I didn't see the link.
Aaron's having a pretty solid DP3 so far.
Yeah, I think he said that one of the reasons he's doing small only strats for this is not simply because it's easier, like a lot of runners do for it. It's because he actually did low percent before learning this category, and so he's just sticking with what he knows rather than learning new stuff.
Also,
For some of the newer runners, sorry, go on.
The scroll strat for being small, in my opinion, is a lot easier than doing it for fire, and it's a lot more consistent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think
definitely
that's
one
it.
of the hardest levels in the run.
Because after shooting
Wait,
the fireball,
oh,
if you
right.
pull too late,
Yeah. I wasn't actually sure that that was faster, but that's interesting to know. Not hitting the switch and just damage fisting on these guys. I would normally just do the one on top.
So it looks like that both ElectricFishTank and Roopert83 are working their ways through Donut Plains 3. I believe Rupert just finished.
Yeah, they both are pretty much done, and it's really, really tight as well because of the death that Rupert had, which was unfortunate. But you know, that's what keeps these races interesting. And unfortunately, Mysticum is tailing by quite a bit, but a lot can go wrong. But it would be hard to beat Aaron at this point. Aaron's a very, very good runner.
yeah, and he's only done like a couple streams of no kidding with Starworld, and I think he's already got like a sub 38.
However, Mysticum is a fairly new runner in the SNW community, and it's really cool to see that this is how far he's gotten. So, nonetheless, it does look like he's on PB pace.
Yeah, anything can happen with no cape though. You can go from being minutes behind to minutes ahead. You can go from minutes ahead to minutes behind.
Yeah, and then that's the great part, like where you can improve time. There can be just huge pockets of time loss for you to make up stuff.
You can't have like, you can't be 100% sure he's going to be a race, even though you can have a pretty good guess. Just
Dude, ElectricFishTank having some trouble on the last jump in DP4, using Yoshi. Looks like he made it out okay though. Took it a little slow, but definitely slow steady. You can win the race, especially in these categories.
Yeah, agreed.
Slow and steady wins the race. Oh dear, why
Meanwhile,
is
Rupert is
Aaron
working his way
upset?
through more.
Aaron says he's
Aaron
upset.
has one from Morton.
Why is Aaron upset?
He's going to be like 13 seconds behind his best time.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's
if you
still
get
pretty
the
good runner.
feather, you have to just kill yourself. It's not instant forfeit.
Okay, so Ripper's probably about 30 seconds. No, he would definitely be more ahead. Maybe about 35, 40 seconds ahead of EFT here. And with missing that cycle, definitely a couple more seconds.
Yeah,
Do you know how long he-
Mysticum is. It seems like Mysticum is doing the as intended.
Depending on where you are on Morton, losing one cycle can actually cost you 2 cycles because you have to wait for it to get all the way back.
Yeah.
Like at
Looks
the
like
very
it's-
bottom,
And that's a huge difference too between cape categories is that
He's missing 2 cycles.
yeah, like with the cape, you could pretty much just skip the entire castle if you do it correctly. It can be very costly if you miss a few cycles in these like categories. So it's very important that the runners stay on their toes in Morton to save as much time as possible.
Yeah, Morton's an interesting one to talk about with Cape, but that's not what we're here for today. Yeah, any capes, just a no-no.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Morton, Roy, and a couple of other levels. The misconception is that cape always makes levels easier. For Morton, that definitely is not the case. I mean, it's not like super difficult, but it adds a lot of the tech, or it takes away a lot of the tech that makes the level fast in 96 or other cape categories.
EFT finishing up World 2 here.
Yep. So I don't really understand how you could grab a cape and beat the level with it on accident, but I understand how you could accidentally grab a cape. Like if you're going for like the turn blocks or something and you want to grab a fire. Not the turn blocks, the thing that switches the power-ups around.
The roulette block.
Yeah, roulette block.
Another way would those flying guys. Yeah, I think with the FT nearly picked up one back close. Could have happened.
I think Vanilla Secret one's a pretty fun level to do. The multi-twitch is lagging so much.
Yeah, the multi-twitch is kind of laggy on my side as well, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I use an old MacBook, so. Yeah, Mr. Cum is having a really bad run right now.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. I would put most of it down to nerves, possibly. You know, facing one of the best runners in the world. No, I don't think this is Mysticum's first tournament. I think he's been in at least 2 others. I do think I remember him, but I might be misremembering. But again, it's...
And then if you look at his stream, if you actually go on his stream, he'll say that he started last week. Like, I think he... Yeah.
Okay,
probably started start last week.
EFT did kind of an interesting strategy at the end when he put the shell on the wall so it wouldn't get in the way. I usually just spit it out and step on it, but I guess it's a little safer.
Aaron was bouncing on the Fugaman, and that's something I've heard. A lot of people think that that's faster because you're not going in the water, but it is not because you have to wait for him. It is faster to just jump through the water.
Yeah, so it looks like Aaron, out of all 4 racers, he's taken a pretty commanding lead. He's entering, or he's working his way through the fort here. And if he can have a good Reznor fight, that'll definitely be beneficial. Reznor could definitely be scary. There's a little bit of RNG with the fireballs and stuff.
I know for me, I usually lose fire to like the last fish in the first room because I try to swim away so I don't get hit by the Dorito or Spike or whatever. But I end up swimming into the fish. Or I just don't move far enough to the right because I don't want to run into the fish and get hit by the spike.
Yeah. And then I definitely think that like working your way through the second half of World 4 can be just kind of boring, especially if you were to get, bored during an auto scroller. Then you kind of start losing, your focus, and then you start to make mistakes. So it's definitely it's definitely important that these runners stay.
Reznor went fine for Aaron.
Who would die in BB1? What?
You'd be surprised. Well, there's a really tight jump that I do. I'm bad at. Okay, Mysticum. Oh, he tried to bounce off the Reznor. I mean, not the Reznor. What am I saying? The dry bones to get the trampoline, but he wasn't successful. But he still made it up. Didn't lose 2 more cycles.
Yeah, so he'll probably lose about 6-7 seconds maybe, because he doesn't have Fire to do the quick boss kill. But if you're new to a category like this, that's probably going to be the least of your concerns.
Yeah, I personally just jump on the trampoline, and if I do take the trampoline up, I take it all the way to the left pillar and then put it down because that's not too much slower, and it's a lot easier and safer.
We got Rupert bouncing on some of these Koopas here. Sometimes it can be kind of scary at times too, because if you were to hit one of those Koopas too early, you could lose Yoshi, and that would be very costly for Butterbridge 2. However, it's very
it's not
important that
super
you
difficult,
learn like
you
no
just-
Yoshi strats.
So I'm just watching Mysticum here in BD1, and it seems that he's going to go for the dismount strats. Hopefully he can catch Yoshi without issues. But Yoshi will come back.
It
That's
would
just
have been
reason.
very unfortunate if he were to lose Yoshi. The low percent strat can be kind of difficult. It's like a 3 to 5 chance.
Really difficult.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to commentate for the next race, but
No worries at all. Oh, gets hit there again by you, by the Buzzy Beetle.
Yeah, I think he's just going for the dismount strats, which is fine because you can get a Yoshi back in Vanilla Secret 2, and I don't think that's gonna waste too much time. Mysticum could still very much PB here if he has a solid end game.
What's his PB, please?
I'm gonna look at his splits real fast. It's really small. 55-45.
Yeah, PB is still massively possible, obviously, but a couple of things have went wrong, which have cost a lot of time. But again,
even
I
though
would
this
say
is
it mostly
an
comes
area-
down to nerves.
okay, Area is like miles ahead of Mysticum right now, but it's still pretty close between Rupert and Area, even though they're not the ones racing.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that, because Rupert has died, and it seems like Aaron has had a pretty solid run. And Rupert
However,
has
it
as well.
does seem that
Ooh.
EFT is doing a pretty good job of keeping up with Rupert, only about 1 or 2 levels behind each other.
Yeah,
One of those is Butterbridge 1, though, which isn't exactly one of the shorter ones.
I mean, if Area has really sloppy later game stuff, Mysticum can definitely pull ahead, and they can, like, anything can happen at any moment that can change the outcome of the race.
Yeah. It also just comes down to like how good their backup strats are, and just how consistent they are throughout, like castles and forts and just everywhere pretty much. That can really make a difference, especially in a close race.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's FY2 clips, which I think they both go for hard clip. I know Area does, but I'm not sure about Mysticum, but I'm pretty sure he does too. And there's also Chocolate Secret, which is it's a super long
Rupert
level.
falls.
You die into the lava.
Rupert is doing a very good job of doing cycle skip here. That's definitely a good time saver to practice if you don't always make it through Ludwig with a fire. And it looks like EFT is going back for Yoshi to do blue shell strats, which is very.
I think it's a fairly solid decision.
Yeah, it's a very solid decision, especially if you're pretty good at blue shell strats. I actually, for me, about 95% of the time going through Butterbridge 2 is Yoshi-less, because I've been practicing Yoshi-less a lot, and I think that would definitely be a good thing to learn as a backup.
Yeah, I always go
Yeah,
back.
for sure.
Because even if I do learn at Yoshi list, it's a lot more likely to make a big mistake without having Yoshi.
Yeah, I go back for Yoshi because there's no way I'd go Yoshi-less faster.
Also, my right scroll.
But it's something to learn.
So.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to do that. By not going back and getting Yoshi, you're risking so much to try and save a second or two, and it's just not going to happen unless people have experience.
Just about 20 seconds, I think. So,
Let's see how Aaron does with his Yoshi clips.
and like maybe if you're doing a run for PB.
Ooh,
Then
Aaron misses it first time. Let's see if he can get a second try.
Also,
Ooh, got kicked out there. That's unfortunate. So
I think having Yoshi for Force Illusion 1 makes the beginning a lot easier.
oh, Aaron gets kicked out twice. RNG is being really, really cruel to him. If you don't manipulate your subpixel, it's in my belief
Twice in a
50-50
row is
whether
a
you get
lot
in.
of chance of happening.
Yeah, Aaron's
EFT is
subpixel's
working
messed
his
up
way
now,
through-
so he has.
working his way through Ludwig. And Rupert is entering FOI. Oh, never mind. He's going back to FOI1. I believe he's gonna go
Oh.
for clips.
Oh, my
I
work
think
got
that's
kicked
why I
out
wanted
again.
to get Yoshi.
Yeah, once Yoshi's bouncing on the floor, Yoshi's his subpixel's completely messed up, and all you can do is keep trying. But yeah, it's not
So it
having a
seems
fun
like
time.
Rupert is gonna go for clips here in a moment.
Yep.
Finally, dude. Okay.
Aaron
Clip
got
is
through.
actually eventually nice. That's good.
Rupert's
Oh, and Rupert gets first.
Wow,
try clip.
Rupert has caught right up with Aaron, even though they're not racing. But that's
Yeah.
how much
Yeah,
time Clip
it's
can
very
lose you.
interesting to
I mean,
see.
they were pretty close in the first place, because just because of bad luck for Aaron.
Yeah, and it's definitely because Aaron did everything that he could to make sure that he can get the clip, and then it's just completely down to the game's RNG,
Well, it's
whether
not RNG.
for whether or not the clip
It's not
works.
exactly RNG, but it's a one.
It's a subpixel. I'm sorry.
Calling it RNG just makes it simpler.
Yeah, the subpixel.
Yeah, that's one
manipulation.
thing. A lot of things in this game that are luck-based, we call RNG when a lot of it isn't. Apart from
a
Magic
lot of it is
Boon,
just subpixel manipulation.
Like it's not RNG, but there's no way we can control it. So,
Yeah,
there's
randomness is just something that can't be
The
predicted.
easiest way to manipulate your subpixel that these runners do, they just simply dismount Yoshi on the ceiling and then just hope they have a good subpixel to do the clip first try.
I mean, yeah, if you dismount Yoshi, it used to be where people would run into the fish.
And a lovely shell jump there from Aaron. That was an absolute beautiful backup strat. Incredible.
That was amazing from Aaron.
Yeah, like to pull that strat out of the bag in a race as a backup, that's beautiful. Missed the Goomba jump though.
Oh, that was a great shell jump. It's harder to do when you're big too than being small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why he shot it to the right.
EFT loses P speed at the end of FOI1, but it's okay because it's not too costly. Let's see how EFT does on his Force Evolution 2 clips. Meanwhile, Aaron is going through Roy, which can be very boring sometimes since you don't have Cape to completely break the stage.
Mr. Kama is in Butterbridge 1 Baby, which can be kind of risky sometimes if you're goofing off with those cables.
Luckily, coming up is a backup stream though. All right, let's see EFT. Let's see how he does. Oh, and he gets first try clip.
I'm kind of interested to see if Rupert will go back and get Yoshi. Since he's just like far behind, he might just like, losing time for him. It's not as big of a deal anymore just since he's miles behind. So he might try to save every second he can, not go back and get Yoshi.
Yeah, I think it's more of a case of trying to PB for voice crack. It's a better idea to just try to PB with like for ElectricFishTank since he's already behind. So he's just trying to do what he can to just save as much time on his end and not really caring about the races very much.
Good Roy's Castle by Area51.
Yeah.
yeah, that's one thing. If you have two fire flowers, you can do what you'll have seen Aaron do, and keep them both. Like you can damage boost and lose one, and then keep the other for the faster.
Wouldn't the other one like fall out of the item reserve box though? I didn't see the strat. I missed it, so I'll have to watch.
Yeah.
There's probably some stuff on the wiki.
But yeah, and if you only have one power up, it doesn't make a difference whether it's a fire flower or a mushroom because you have to just lose it anyway. You can still skip.
For me, like Area is just doing hard to play, so it's better just for me to have the stream going on my phone.
Also, more bad times for Mysticum dying in Butterbridge 1, but hopefully you can recover from that.
Yeah. Butterbridge 1 is one of the worst steps.
Both Rupert and Aaron probably on 38, 37 pace, maybe even 36.
Better than that.
Yeah, they haven't really made any huge mistakes so far. I mean, actually, the hard clip for Area, but that was kind of uncontrollable. Just like due to his gameplay, their gameplay has been really good so far. It's just.
Hey, have you guys been hearing that weird crinkling sound?
Yes, it's coming from you.
It is?
It might be coming from me because of my fan in my computer.
I think that's probably, yeah, I think it's Jackson.
Yeah,
wait, sorry. I thought Xanthia had said that. No, it's coming.
Wait, what?
I got your voices mixed up. It's coming from you, Xanthe. I thought I was talking to you, but no, that's you, Xanthe. I mentioned it earlier.
Okay, so I'm good.
It's
I was
either
going to
me or-
say it sounded like someone eating a packet of chips in a static factory, but well, I just did. So
Xanthe,
Oh, I know what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. My headphones were completely plugged in. That's what it was from. I'm sorry, everyone.
Also, Xander, did you appreciate my Americanism? Packet of chips. Don't worry, I give me chips. AKA
I can hold my tongue, but you're right.
packet of chips, man. No, that's a really bad accent. Don't even.
Yeah,
just
back to the
being
race.
calm.
EFT is small in Roy, which means he won't be able
that
to
was
damage
a
boost.
big damage boost by Aaron.
So yeah, EFT's gonna have to wait.
Seems
The
like
problem with me
Rupert's
for-
having a very solid chocolate one.
The problem with me for the D boost in the chocolate ghost house is not actually like getting the boost; it's getting back onto the platform. It's a lot easier with cape because you could float. I know in my PB I didn't get on the platform, so I had to go back and do the slow strat, which kind of sucked.
Yeah, sorry, Dotsarecool about the crinkling. I hope it stops. My headphones are plugged in.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Rupert going for the Ghost House deboost.
Okay, Mystic,
did-
we'll finish up Roy. I mean, not Roy, Ludwig soon.
He damage boosts on the second blue laser, which is
Let's
interesting.
see how chocolate secret. Oh, Aaron's going in baby. This could be where Mysticum could save some more time. Oh, but he gets the mushroom. That was a smart move by him. Oh yeah, because he got hit by that football, but he grabs the checkpoint. Yeah, it's close between Rupert and Arian. Why did I say Arian? I meant Aaron. But they're not the ones racing. I think Area 51's basically kind of got this in the bag now.
Oh, and just as you said, Aaron is on his way over to your house to slap you. That was a really, really unfortunate. Like that can happen to anybody, and it's just so frustrating.
Did he fall in the lava? I think. Oh,
Yeah.
he did.
Wait, did his jump get eaten? I didn't see.
Yeah. I totally jinxed that.
Yeah, on those platforms, your jump can be eaten. So one thing to do is when you're on the second to last one, hold B, because then if your jump doesn't get eaten, you'll land by the pipe, and if it does, you'll just fall onto the last platform anyway, rather than falling into the
Very
lava.
solid advice there.
I need to fix up my controller. Yeah, but I mean, he's still way ahead of Mysticum now. But depending on how many times that happens.
Yeah.
Also, Windy. Second remove Windy.
Yeah, it's pretty tilting when that happens. And Aaron had already mentioned he was a bit tilted, but this
Yeah,
is still a
Wendy-
very, very good performance, especially.
So
if it was-
what I personally do, this is kind of a weird strat I do, but I grab Yoshi and I do and try to keep him all the way through. If I don't, well, so I like to do the all castles route for Bob 1. I just find it a lot easier and simpler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's an interesting thing, actually. Whether you have cape or not changes the route that you take through Valley of Basil 1.
Yeah.
oh
Um,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
you go.
you can still do the same route for all castles. You just have to have some chucks go through some of the yellow turn blocks, and then you can just hop over it. Because usually in all castles, you'd fly over the turn blocks at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's too much.
It seems like EFT is trying to get the backup shroom. Definitely not a bad idea.
Yeah, backup power-ups in this game, like Mario World in general, are a really good idea.
Ooh, gets hit, but
Like I know if
thanks
there's
for the
like
fact that he
a
spawned the
backup
fire.
area, like the end of a Resmo, like before a Resmo fighter.
Jackson, you're quite a bit behind. You need to refresh.
Yeah, Jackson, you're a bit behind.
Oh, I am.
Yep.
Just
Oh,
a bit.
Just give him a wee refresh there, because you only saw Aaron die about 30 seconds after I did. Well, maybe not 30, like 20. It's quite a lot there.
Yeah, I don't think it was 30 seconds, but yeah, I'll fix that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that is unfortunate. This will give BFT a bit of a chance. Now that death isn't too costly.
Okay,
Oh,
for me, area just killed Windy. Is that about where you are?
Yeah, Mario just sat on the egg.
Wendy can be very brutal sometimes.
Yeah, Wendy's probably my most hated level in the entire game in any category.
Area 51, I'm not sure if he's on pace for PB, but he's on pace for...
No, he's not on pace for PB.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if he was.
yeah, I don't think Aaron can PB, no.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, plus he has a 36, so...
Yeah, he's 2 minutes behind, but it's still definitely not a bad run.
Yeah.
EFT is having a very solid chocolate ghost tester.
Ben, what does the time say on your stream, just so I make sure mine's less delayed? It says, like, 30:47 right now.
Where? On Irons?
On the timer. Oh, I'm not on the multi-Twitch. I'm on the SMW community, because the multi-Twitch was...
Well, that's gonna be even more delayed. Just message me any issues you've got.
Okay, yeah. My computer couldn't handle the multi-Twitch, and all the streams were lagging so much. Like, by the time Area was, like, on
Yeah,
he was,
so
like...
Ripper got the crusher skip there. Although EFT's having a bit of trouble with the chucks at the end here. They can be a pain. Hopefully he doesn't succumb to their baseballs.
Those trucks really suck.
Those
Yeah.
are baseballs, right? Oh.
Aaron got the booring despawn. If you delay a little bit, you can despawn one of the boorings because it spawns at the same time as the boo cloud despawns. And so he managed to just go through there without having to wait for them, and then damage boost to the second one.
EFT is going to be very close for... Ooh, EFT just barely made it out of Chocolate Island too.
Also, it looks like Yeah, you're still on. Yeah, it looks like Mysticum as well is going for easy clip, and I heard the other day that this apparently isn't even faster. I think that might have been in the pre-show, and I was surprised about that. Oh,
I think that makes the whole level easier. I don't think it'd be too much faster.
Yeah, if you
certainly
know
faster
strats, if you know strats for not having Yoshi, then it's slower to do easy clip. But for most players, they don't know that, so they will probably save time by doing it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's because you can grab.
It's still worth learning quote unquote hard clip.
Yeah. Also, hey Dots, how's the is the audio better now?
Yeah, I don't hear the.
I haven't heard it since.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know if there's something wrong.
Yeah, Rupert didn't get speed on CI.
Also, very good volley buzzer one there from Aaron, especially for grabbing the backup shroom.
Yeah, I think he's going to be going for
Yeah, that's what he does. He takes the turn block and then uses it at the very end. I think that's a smart strat.
Yep. Another death there for Mysticum. That's unfortunate. This run has really not treated him very well.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't be surprised racing against one of the best players in a really, really hard category like this is just...
I'm not sure, like, is Mysticum one of the better runners, or is he really new to this?
I don't know. He's been around for a while, I believe. So, you know, usually experience... Usually experience translates into, you know, being good at the game and having good times.
I mean, that's what can happen with the race, too. Like, anything can happen.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
so looks like maybe Aaron missed the first cycle
Nice.
because he's just waiting in the sandbar.
Oh.
He's going to go for sandbar now.
Oh my word.
And he's got it.
He got it,
Oh.
but it's unfortunate.
He did
Yeah, that's what I
not
was
save the
reacting to.
cycle.
I think I'm quite a bit ahead of you guys.
I actually clipped through a wall.
Even you, Xander.
Yeah, I think it's because I've got, like, obviously 4 streams open and I'm a bit behind, but
Yeah, of course.
Let's see how Aaron does
I'm
on
refreshing
Sandbar.
when I can.
Yeah.
Aaron has an add up.
Do you want to comment? We should have split this up maybe, although we would have been all talking over each other, which would have been even worse. But yeah, that was a very good sandbar clip from Aaron there. It's a pity he didn't make the cycle. Hence, it didn't save any time.
Yeah, sandbar clip's
Still very
definitely a risky
good
thing to go for.
Yeah, it is a 2-frame window, so you have 1/3 of a second.
Are there any good visual cues for sandbar?
I think it's too small of a frame window to use visual cues, to be honest.
Yeah, not really.
mean-
So it's based on
Learning when
just
to do
your
it and going by
instinct.
feel is probably better.
So what's the clip in that saves 1 cycle, so 2? Because I heard about that during the kickoff, and I had no idea.
Yeah, there's 2 places that you can do a cycle skip in the sandbar without clipping, and so I always go for the first one, and then if you don't get it, you go for the second. But with cape,
Yeah.
you can wall clip and lose your speed for the second, so it's always worth going for the first.
Makes sense.
EFT is currently fighting one. Ooh, had some bad luck with the spawns there.
Some
Meanwhile, Aaron had a very solid Valley Fort.
some of the most difficult and most nerve-wracking tricks are more towards the end of the run in the later game, especially sandbar clip.
But yeah, this has been a very, very good run for Aaron, especially given that he lost about 60 in-game seconds to clips. And
Yeah,
then
that was only main mistake, and that was mainly RNG, right?
yeah, well, I mean, he missed clip 3 out of like 7 times, and I imagine he'll be a bit disappointed about that. But he did get kicked out 3 times, which is just
Yeah,
essentially RNG.
So
I didn't-
when you guys dismount from Yoshi on clips, do you guys hold up?
yes, yeah.
I don't hold up. You don't have to hold up, and I was having no luck with it, and then I figured out you don't have to hold up, and I got it first try like 5 out of 6 times when I attempted it.
Yeah.
In
Meanwhile, Mysticum is kind of letting his nerve get the best of him. I don't blame him. I mean, it's a race, so he's working his way through Chocolate Island 1. And Aaron is fighting Bowser, so he's a whole world ahead of him.
Mhm.
It looks like he's on pace for a 37, high 37.
Yeah. The Bowser fight takes about a minute and a half, right?
It depends on
150.
like if you do ball skip or what.
Yeah, I like a good Bowser fight. I got sub 45 yesterday, and I was pretty happy about that. It'd be awful to lose like a great run to Bowser. That probably happens a little too often.
And Rupert makes it through Valley Fort, so as long as he doesn't die in this fight, he probably has this in the bag.
Yeah, depending on
he
what goes
doesn't
on in
die.
this fight, Rupert could actually win.
Got the despawning block underneath him. That's always fun.
Alright,
No, don't get that. Don't get that, Mysticum.
EFT working his way through Sucking Ghost Ship. He did not get Boo Ring despawn.
Yeah, he's waiting for them. He seemed to deboost on the first one. I'm not sure why he went for that.
I
when
feel
it was-
really bad for Mysticum, like,
Aaron.
this must be really
If you're willing to drop frames, there is a mushroom.
Ooh! And as I was just saying, Rupert just died on Dark. Wow, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself a bit there, but it's still properly in the bag here.
Yeah, he's still definitely most likely on sub 40 pace. Actually,
No, he's not.
he'll just barely
Yeah.
brush it.
Nah, he'll get like a 41, like, solidly.
Yeah,
not
if he gets
solidly,
like ball
he'll
skip
get-
and the skip and everything.
Yeah.
He'll get a
EFT
40, 40.
is going through
That's
vertical
still
room
a
here.
decent time though. It's not awful.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
So, yeah,
Ooh,
38,
EFT dies to
32
the
for Aaron,
spikes
that's-
at the bottom of the vertical room and Sucking Ghost
Like
Ship.
anytime below 40 minutes is a pretty good time. That's like a great run for me, but
That's definitely unfortunate for EFT since he has to swim through Sucking Ghost Ship again.
So we didn't mention that Aaron has won his race with a 38-32, looking at his
Nice
time.
work, Aaron.
I thought it was 38-34.
Is that by the SRL time 32? Yeah.
Uh,
It's a difference of
just-
4 seconds, so it doesn't. It's a
it's-
38.
I'm just asking.
In the race stream it says 38:34, but he has his timer at a 32.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Pretty good time.
Rupert is coming over. He's gonna win his race and then win second place overall. So Rupert had a very good run, just barely brushed sub 40, probably about on a 41 pace, a low 41 pace.
Right. I've got to go, everybody.
Okay, no problem.
See y'all later.
Maybe dragged him out a bit too fast there. But yeah, it looks like Rupert is going to get ball skip here, no problem.
He appears to have thrown the Mecha Koopa off screen for a moment there. No big deal though.
Yep. Oh, okay, that is a big deal. The
Alright,
Mecha
let's
Koopa
see.
will come back, but he's missed a skip or missed a cycle completely there.
And EFT
Nice.
just got orb.
I think that's something worth mentioning as well. If you throw the Mecha Koopa off screen to the right, it will walk back on, but if you throw it off to the left, it won't. It'll fall off the stage.
I'm really glad you mentioned that because I wasn't confident enough to actually say that. Yeah, I was having some technical difficulties there, but yeah, it's back on.
Yeah, nonetheless, he had a very good fight.
Also, shoutouts to Mysticum for just hammering through this. You know, he's still going strong, even though the start was a bit challenging. Oh, EFT has died to the screen scroll strat. That's tricky enough.
I did not. Oh, he fell into the munchers there. Yeah, that could be kind of risky. Knowing like where to jump at the right times.
And GG to Rupert.
Yeah.
Do we have an official time? I mean, I guess 41:20.
41:28 by both his timer and SRL. 41:28.
Nice, dude. It's always nice when they sync up.
Yeah.
So yes,
Rupert
congrats.
finished a 41:28 according to his timer.
Yeah, Rupert's won his race.
EFT opts to get the 3-up min swag points. But yeah, congrats to both Aaron and Rupert. Both very well done.
Yeah.
Probably moving on.
Mysticum is still definitely plowing through this though.
But yeah, I would appreciate it if everyone stuck by Mysticum on his journey through Dinosaur Land. That's what it's called, right? I don't even know. But I don't know if everyone wants to give him a wee shout of support and help him through this. This
Absolutely.
category. It's so hard.
He's been doing very well for a new runner, especially since it's in a cape category and you can't break the game like you can with the cape. It's very impressive to see someone who's only been running for about maybe a week and a half to be doing this well.
I agree.
So I believe all 3 runs, or no, we have 2 out of the 4 runs finished. I believe EFT still has to do, my stream is a bit behind, so I can't tell.
Yeah, I've just closed my screens down to just the 2 remaining, so I should hopefully be less delayed now. EFT didn't get into the sandbar right away, but it looks like he's going for the normal cycle skip. And he doesn't, okay. Yeah, that was one of...
Okay, though.
Yeah, that by the Dragon Coin was one of the places that you can skip a cycle. It's also the one where with Cape you can possibly wall clip and you'll lose your speed. So, yeah. Both cycle skips still valid for no Cape though. Mysticum with Kudiko.
Still a very good run from all of these runners.
Will EFT get the RN jump? Oh no, it looks like he's not even going for it. That's interesting.
Huh. Interesting decision. Maybe he doesn't even know it's possible. Although maybe he probably does.
I don't know, like, how much usually would RN jump save?
I think it's a couple
maybe.
seconds, yeah.
Yeah. Depending
Maybe
on, like, how
not 3.
fast you would go through that first part. When you get into that new room.
Miscom not getting the mushroom in Slip and Go Shop. It's possibly a risky decision.
Yeah, I would
I-
definitely be getting it.
Yeah, I would try to get it. Also, I think like it's a good backup, especially if you were like in falling room.
And that's exactly why you get it. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get it like in case I get hit. Sometimes I'll get hit by the Eerie in the second room if I'm not careful. So there's a lot of reasons just to be cautious in Slip and Go Ship.
Oh, an EFT has to just wait. Because after bonking there, if he goes to try and go for that other platform close to the ground, he might just get clipped into the lava, which happens
Yeah.
quite a bit more than you would expect. Oh, Mysticum gets hit again. Hopefully he doesn't get hit a second time. My word, that's close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
Mysticum
think he
is
knows
cutting
about
it really close.
I don't think Mysticum knows about holding down. Like, he's jumping about all over the place. And
Yeah.
again, as I mentioned earlier, holding down, and left and right, whatever way you're swimming, probably right, makes it
I
so
might-
much harder to control.
I might just ping Mysticum right now and be like, "Hey, hold down."
Feel free.
Yeah. Holding down, you'll swim basically straight
I will do
instead
that
of
right now,
bouncing,
actually.
like, if you don't. And then, of course, holding up, you'll go up quickly. It makes swimming a hell of a lot easier.
I'm gonna ping him fast.
I would give advice, but I'm not sure if that means I have to get listed as player 2 if that's PB.
Alright, I'm gonna ping him and just say hold down while you're swimming.
EFT is in the Bowser fight, we'll see how he does. Ooh, the clown cart knocked away the Koopa, so... I think he's on phase 1, so it looks like he's going for... ball skip. But he's having good trouble getting the Koopas to actually knock Bowser. There we go. Yeah, getting that second star in the falling room is definitely... It's slower, but definitely not a bad idea, because it
Yeah,
gives
you
you
can
the...
get hit by those spikes if you're not careful.
Yeah, it gives you the safety of not having to worry about them. And orb.
Word.
Okay, so that looks like a good ball skip. I'm not 100% sure whether... Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, alright, so it looks like Mysticum only has to go. If he has a good VOD 1 and VOD 2, he could definitely still PB. And maybe even sub 55.
Yeah, Mysticum's definitely on PB pace, so... You know, even though he's lost the race, grats to him if he does PB
Yeah.
with us.
It takes a lot of guts to keep going in situations like this.
Yeah.
Especially in front of lots of people. That definitely takes a lot of courage. So, shoutouts to Mysticum once
I've
again.
been there and it's hard. It really is hard.
It's
You just
terrible.
feel like the whole world is just judging you. But yeah, massive shoutouts to Mysticum. But also, it looks like EFT is...
Yeah, EFT is done. By race... in the race room, he has a 49.03.
Woo! That's pretty good.
That's really solid.
This is solid race time. Well done.
And I think it's worth noting that I think that was... His splits have a red timer, but he didn't have any splits before, so I'm not sure. Is that his first run, or...?
I don't know if that's, like, race splits. I'll see if I can... Oh, I can't even expand it. Whoops.
Because he doesn't have any deltas or previous splits, but I guess it might just be his layout that makes it red.
And I believe we still have one more race after this, don't we?
Excellent, Aaron. Yeah, there's Aaron saying he wanted to quit after FOI2. It's probably a good idea that he didn't.
Oh, and Mysticum's forfeited the race.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude, no!
Oh no. Well, I mean, still, nonetheless, he did very well for
I
only
mean,
playing for this long. Although it looks like he's still playing through.
you got to clip into the wall.
Wow, that takes skill.
But that you clipped the wrong way.
No.
You are nuts.
Hey,
Hold on. Holy loud.
Okay.
Dude. Thanks for the congrats.
No
Yeah,
worries.
nice work, Aaron.
Why is this?
Thanks for the run.
Yeah, it was something for sure.
It sure was. A lot of unexpected stuff happened.
Yeah,
I,
nonetheless, people were expecting for a good run, and you definitely did deliver. That was a very good run. Your
Thanks.
backups and stuff were done really nicely.
Yeah, the only thing I'm proud of is the shell jump in FY3.
I was just about to say that was my favorite part. After getting kicked out by clip 3 times, but you know.
Well, I mean
I'll
that
go with
was
the shell jump.
that was completely my fault because I missed the first one.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even get
Yeah.
into the first one, so it was just completely random after that. So
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
I-
like
that's why it was so tilting because it was mostly my fault.
yeah, a lot of time was lost due to a FOI2 clip, so I wouldn't feel like completely bad. It's definitely not like completely your fault. There's only so much you could do when it comes to that.
Yeah, and I think I had there was 2 jump eatons in Bitterbridge 2. I ran just straight into the Koopa and the shell. So like I need to either look at my controller or what because that cost me another minute in.
Yeah, we gotta bring a
Chocolate
Kisto.
secret.
We gotta bring a Kisto onto the chat.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm gonna not jump on that second to last platform in Chocolate Secret anymore or ever again because it's terrifying. You just fall right in the lava and you're like, oh, I just lost a minute and a half. Sick.
Yeah.
Yo, Jamie,
Yo,
sub 50, dude.
dude, sub 50. That was my second run. My first one was like 2 hours earlier today.
Yo,
That was
PB,
your
dude.
second run. Congrats, dude. Holy
PB?
crap.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
No,
Very good.
that wasn't even a PB. My first run was actually 3 minutes faster.
Oh.
Dang.
Well, PB in my heart and your heart, okay?
Yeah. Let's just pretend it's a PB, okay?
Yeah, nice
Okay,
race, guys.
we'll pretend it's a PB.
Yeah. Nice work.
But like I said, that was like the I said in chat, that was like the stupidest run I did. Because it was just so funny. I was laughing the entire time.
You had a much different experience than I did then. I was almost crying the entire time. I wanted
Like my favorite one, if anyone caught it, in Chocolate Island 1, I got every single power up you could possibly get.
Oh, I saw that. You got them all and lost them all. That was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I could just sense the tilt, so I'm like, please,
Oh,
please don't tilt everywhere.
I was vibrating in my chair how tilted I was. And then I'm going to go for John Carl's and I missed the first cycle. Like I just couldn't even get in the hole. I just missed the jump.
I think
And
that
then I
happened to
get-
Twitch Master.
And then I get John Carl's and then I get pixeled and I can't make the jump just to even save the time. So it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I was so hyped. I was so hyped about that, and then
And then I
off
get
the
the
cycle.
pixel. Yeah, that was.
Mm.
I still golded that split.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, very good.
Yeah. So if I would have gotten the time save, that'd have been sick. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
And that was even with slowing down in Valley of Bowser at the end of Valley
Yeah.
of Bowser 1.
Yeah, that's a really bad split. I have a lot of bad splits in there.
Oh man.
But no, I'm not happy with the time, but I understand why I got it. I had 2 huge mistakes that cost 2 minutes, so it's
Yeah.
whatever.
That sounds like me after every run.
At least it was only
Still
2.
on, though.
It was only 2 mistakes.
Yeah.
One does, so congrats on the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice work,
Oh.
Aaron.
Only 2.
Yeah.
I had about like 5 every single split.
Wow, Jamie. I see how you're one-upping me here.
No, you did better than me. That
So I move on to face Garbanzo Guy or Slice Mage.
Who do you think is
Ooh,
gonna win
that's-
that?
Slice Mage. I haven't seen Garbanzo Guy play, but also I haven't really been around.
Oh
and
yeah,
Slice
I
Mage
also
has been playing, so I don't know. That's kind of up. That's kind of up in the air.
yeah, it seems like Slice Mage might win because I was doing a race with him earlier this morning with Garbanzo Guy, and Slice Mage really started to pull ahead in the end game, and he won by
Really?
just a few seconds.
Yeah, I think I don't. That one's kind of a toss-up. I'm definitely gonna be scoping both of them out. I need to figure out when their race is, and then Rupert moves on to face Trill or Alanim. So
Ooh.
that's gonna be a tough one. And then Jamie, you drop down to.
I faced the loser of Krill or Alanim.
Oh.
I think it's gonna be Alanim.
Yeah, Krill's a really good player. He's got really good, really fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
Definitely
can
one.
pop off a run, but I was watching him a little bit last night, and he was having struggles with his consistency. So it's not totally out of the realm of possibility that Alanim.
Well, I could tell you.
Yeah, I was just wondering about their consistency. That was yet to be shown, but
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Like Trill is such a new runner that his consistency isn't there. Like he's got 35, but I don't think he's got the 35 consistency yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think like
On the
like
other
Aaron,
hand-
you've actually right. Is Aaron still on?
Yeah.
Aaron's still
Oh,
there.
yeah. Yeah, I think like you've done like a really good job of like practicing, like, and you've really prepared a lot, and I think that paid off too.
Yeah. I mean, I only learned this category a week ago or so, I think.
Yeah, and that's really
Oh,
good.
you've done really well for that then.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the 2 minutes of time lost in this race.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
I'm gonna be having
Typically,
nightmares about it. Jamie, what are you gonna do to prepare for next round?
Probably play Overwatch. Now I'll put
RNG
in
manipulation.
I'll put in some practice. I do have another speedrun tournament that's coming up. That's the Mystic Quest one. That prepared
that
for,
one.
But
You're probably
yeah,
gonna take that one more seriously.
No.
Oh, but it's Mystic Quest, dude.
It's Mystic Quest.
It's like the most hype thing ever.
Yeah. I still need to learn it, but that's yeah. Some
Cool.
dirty practice. I don't know about Alanim. As far as I know, I don't know what he's been doing. I just catch him in like Milliam stream every once in a while.
I don't know if he's got a PB in this category.
Yeah, he's a 57 seed, so
57, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you definitely have a lot of time to prepare for that EFT.
Well, it's about a week, so
Yeah. I try to like lower your PB as much as possible and learn as like much about the game as you can.
okay. I'll
Where
get on
is
that.
Garbanzo Guy Slice Mage? When is that? Is that isn't? Oh, that's June 1st at 7 p.m. Central.
So on the calendar it says the next race is on Tuesday, but I imagine that is subject to change. There are a lot of people still to actually organize their races, so maybe sooner than we think. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of races that need to be scheduled still, so we might need to start up on that. I don't know when the deadline is.
As tournaments go, there'll probably be 15 races on Friday, so it'll just have
Yeah.
1 pixel per stream.
Wow.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Hopefully people stretch them out a bit.
It's gonna be we're gonna have like 3 months after the tournament. It's like, okay, let's see how quite Super Mario does. He's on the last hit of Bowser.
June 4th is the deadline, so we'll probably see a lot of races June 4th and
We'll
June 3rd.
probably have to open up another streaming channel just to get if everyone decides to wait to the last minute.
Yeah.
Jamie, you
It's
just
the
gotta go
backup
in
channel.
there and flex your muscles a little bit.
Why?
Yeah. I think like things will definitely start to like pick up pace as soon as like we start round 2, because then we have our first Calco run, and all of the people who got first round buys will get to show off their skills.
Oh my god, Kelko. My heart just fluttered. Whew.
Ooh, just at the sound of the name.
Yeah. Saying his name. I
You can't write it at paper.
think we're good to wrap this up though. I don't think we have
Yeah.
any.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you so much for everything, guys.
Who all is streaming SNW? Seth Bling's jailbreak. Oh god, Seth. Quit breaking our game.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess we gotta wrap up the stream.
It's been a great one, honestly. I've enjoyed all 3 races so much. And congrats again to Xander, Aaron, and Rupert. Very well done.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Rupert-
thanks.
I just
Thanks
had
for
a
the good
great
commentary, guys.
Yeah, I've had a great time hanging. Fortunately, I will not be here to commentate for week 2, but I'll definitely be back for week 3 and later. It's been a great time. Shout outs to the SNW crew, Aaron, Dots, Truman, all the people who put together this tournament. I've had a great time, and yeah, thank you so much. Good luck.
Yeah,
Alright.
thanks everyone for watching as well.
Tournament.
Chris, talk, Dots.
Just thank you guys. Thanks guys for racing and all. Been great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so we'll see you next time, I guess.
Yep. See you
Could
next
be
time.
Tuesday, might be earlier. Yeah. But yeah, that's me. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, see ya.